money does not grow on trees, right? The monies that we gotta work hard for it. We gotta earn it. It's not something that is just like randomly just appears in your table and then you've got a lot of money and then you can spend it. So right, today we have a player who have spent over $2 million. And as you guys can see, he is right here in our screen. $2 freaking million on a mobile game. It's truly amazing because this is not something that I would have thought of that could ever happen over a mobile games. If you guys do not know, Rise of Kingdoms is actually on the top charts in here. It's actually ranked 18 on the top grossing currently in the Google Play. Now, my question to you, if you have a $2 million, what would you spend it on? So I'm going to go ahead and look this up right now. So can you live off with $2 million? You can retire comfortably on only $2 million for sure. All you need to do is to have your investment match inflation each year with an inflation running roughly 2. Okay, we don't care about that. What can I buy with $2 million? How about that? 10 great things that you can buy for $1 million. Oh my God. You can buy a lush private land. You can drive a fancy sports car, buy a painting by a famous, oh, who wants that? Oh, wow. What kind of sports car is it? It's a McLaren. It's a McLaren sports car. Wear a gorgeous piece of jewelry. Would you wear a gorgeous piece of jewelry? Get hold of a rare vintage comics. It really is going to cost you $1 million for a silly comics? Damn, that's interesting. Get the latest $1 million tech. So, plan a lavish getaway. Right? There's so much stuff you can do with $1 million. As you see here, TC Ataturk said, $1.5 million is in the history. We had to update the video to 2 million. He said, I am now in the $2 million mark. Oh my God, right? So it is verified now. Baba itself, one of the biggest players in Rise of Kingdoms who have spent intense amount of money into the game. I searched how much does Rise of Kingdoms make? So as of writing this article, this is March 4, 2021. Rise of Kingdoms earned more than 1.1 billion in revenue. So that's absolutely insane. So another thing in here is that this is basically just coming in the United States. Wow, how much is it total, right? So here's a question. Is RoK a pay to win? It's really not, right? Rise of Kingdoms is not a pay to win game unless you want to. Free to play players still can have a lot of fun and it's been proven, really. Even in our current KVK, it's been proven. We've gone against many free to play players and actually they have succeeded very well. Here's some of the best advice. Like, go into RoK.guide. So we also have our video in here, roles of the free to play. Make sure you check that out. By the way, if you guys don't know, we're playing Rise of Kingdoms on BlueStacks 5. We have a link in the description. If you click that link, it will directly put you into the page where you will get the most updated BlueStacks 5, which for me is the best emulator for Rise of Kingdoms. So TC Ataturk, when we think about whales, or when we think about pay to wins, when we think about spenders in Rise of Kingdoms, the first name that comes out is TC Ataturk. When you think about gemming troops, you say, I'm going to Baba this, right? Meaning you're going to gem that troops. You're going to do the Baba style because TC Ataturk is pretty much the icon for Rise of Kingdoms when it comes to the big spenders. Now, Baba is not just a spender because we have seen his fighting capability here in the 1412. As he have migrated here, as he have become integrated in this amazing kingdom, TC Ataturk has dropped so much power from 1 billion power, over 1 billion power actually. So if you look into here, highest power is 1.2 billion power. He has dropped insane amount of power in this KVK alone, dropping down to 820 million power. If the KVK did not stop early, Baba would have dropped even more and even further power in this KVK. Baba has 103 million deaths And Baba has also given out so many resources to a lot of players. Over 60 billion resource assistance in here. Now, if you guys don't know, Baba also now holds one of the highest kills in our KVK. So let's go into the RoK.board and see. This is a great tool that you guys can use. RoK.board, many players use it, many players do not know yet still. I want to show this to you guys in supporting of the RoK.board as they're creating a lot of contributions for the game. So, Baba TC Ataturk now is the #1 killer when it comes to T5 kills, 543 million. And Baba is not the most powerful player anymore. It is now taken over by Maverick L. Now, Baba can definitely go back into the billion power when he wants to. Many people say Baba is not a fighter, but just showing in the stats in here, Baba with the highest T5 kills being in 1412, just above MF from JST, and also Baba has gone up further from Ahmad Aziz, which is also another player in 1412. Yes, there's many ways for you to spend your money. If you have so much money, what is $2 million to you? For us, it may seem a lot, but for certain people, it is pretty much chunk change. For Baba TC Ataturk to have spent $2 million, it seems like it's nothing for him. He probably generates intensively a lot in his business, and he's doing really well. In my opinion, I think Baba TC Ataturk deserves what he can spend into the game. A lot of players judge the spenders into the game, like why and how can you spend this much money over a mobile game? For one thing that we need to understand, everybody has their own different lifestyle. Baba TC Ataturk may spend so much money in our version or in our vision, but to him, this is nothing because he can still sustain his lifestyle while spending money into the mobile game. Now, Baba TC Ataturk, I'm sure, trying to enjoy the free time that he got, being able to enjoy and dominate in Rise of Kingdoms, this is something that he has a lot of fun. We all have our different little hobbies. For me, one of my hobbies is going out to eating in a fancy restaurant. That's one of my things in here. That's one of my quirks. What about you? What is your favorite hobby? Where do you spend most of your money on? Do you actually spend most of your money onto Rise of Kingdoms? And make sure when you're spending your money into the Rise of Kingdoms game, make sure that you're also looking into your financial status and making sure that you're not overspending to where you can't sustain your lifestyle. So I know Baba TC Ataturk, this is pretty much nothing for him. I believe players like this who have built up into their status, they're not young, they're not in their 20s, they've already built up their business, they've already built up their status, and they have worked so hard to get into this status. So one of the things that I have been mentioning into the previous videos that I've made is that we need to look into these players and say, how can I be like Baba one day? What do I need to do to be able to make this amount of money into having this type of lifestyle and status to where like I can spend $2 million on a video game that it doesn't even hurt my financial status? This is something that we need to think about. This is something that we need to look into, and how can we improve and get better in life? A lot of players hates on the players who spends a lot of money into the game, but really we need to admire it because they have made such a successful steps into their life outside of the game in order for them to be able to do this. And same goes for Ahmad Aziz. Ahmad Aziz is a businessman, for what I know. He's older than me as well, and they have built their career, and now they can just enjoy the money, right? And that's what where we want to be. And this is why I want to encourage, if you're watching this video, I want to encourage you, think about investment while you're young. Think about what you're going to do. Think about making money. There's unlimited success. There's no shortage of success in life. Just remember that. If you guys don't know a little bit about Baba TC Ataturk, he is a Turkish person who actually lives and grew up in Germany. He has a son that actually plays his game as well. He had mentioned it in our stream. And during the KVK, he actually said this, right? He said that his son likes to play Fortnite. For his son to get more V-Bucks, he had to play Rise of Kingdoms and play it to war here during our KVK. I think that was wonderful. Instead of the kid doing some yard work or doing mowing of lawn, instead he gets to play Rise of Kingdoms, and he plays it for Baba and to kill troops, kill players in the game, and makes money out of it. Imagine that. If you can have a dad that allows you to play video game as a chore or as a task and gets money to get to play another video game, which is Fortnite, right? So he gets V-Bucks. It's absolutely insane. I think Baba has a fascination about motorcycles. He's a big motorcycle guy. I'm not familiar with motorcycle. He did share us some pictures as well that I am allowed to share, that he had given me approval to share it before. So I want to share this picture of him and his kid. So his kid is quite young, I think 13 years old or something like that. He has 2 kids, and in this picture, he is actually carrying his kid. So at the end of the day, right, there's a person behind the accounts. There's a person behind it. Sometimes we kind of have that assumption if we don't know the person. We just assume the worst about them because they're rich and they're able to do a lot of things, right, just by spending the money. But if you actually got to know and talk to them, they're actually very, very nice people. I have not yet talked to a single whale in my lifetime here in Rise of Kingdoms that were rude, that were an asshole. You know, I haven't. Like, I've talked to Dead Squad. If you guys don't know who he is, I talk about him a lot. I mention him a lot in my videos because he's one of those guys that I've talked to. He was super nice. You know, I have nothing bad to say about him. Even the first time I've met him when I was in 228. Now, I've gotten to know like Mad Phantom, another great guy. Ahmad Aziz, UAEAF, Ahmed 7. A lot of great guys in here. Samuk from The Devils. Right? These guys are such wonderful guys. They're rich, but they're not rude. And even Bunny from 1254, honestly, I haven't even talked to him for a long time. I don't know how he's doing, but he's one of those really super nice guys as well. Now, they may have other opinions about me, but so far, I've never had any bad experience with them. KVK is ending. So there's going to be a lot of movement. I do hope that Baba TC Ataturk will remain and stay in 1412A. We have migrated together. I have never really talked to him prior to coming into 1412A. To me, it was a great opportunity, not just a fighter in the field, but also being able to chat with him outside of the game. What I know, Baba means father. Ata is for Ataturk, like it means like alive. So Baba is just a dad. Baba is just a player who wants to have fun, who wants to enjoy. He is just a normal person just like you and me playing this game. This video is an admiration of Baba because he has contributed a lot for the game. For the game itself to develop, the game needs money as well. This is not something that we're not aware of. For the games to get developed, the developers need to get paid. And with players like Baba, they have contributed a significant amount to the game in which we are able to enjoy with all the updates, new commanders, new events, and everything that we have been having fun. All these wars. This game is very unique, one of a kind, once in a lifetime that we're going to find this type of game. And the community backing of this, whether if it's good or bad drama, this game has contributed a lot in people's lives, especially during COVID times. Now, I have a question to you guys. What would you do with a $2 million? And how much of you guys spend in Rise of Kingdoms if you are a spender? And if you're a free-to-play player, have you guys been enjoying the game? Now, Baba TC Ataturk has spent insanely amount... Oh, he actually teleported. Wait, I was recording and you left me. Where did you go? Baba left during the recording of video. I think he knows. I think he was reading my mind. He knows I was recording the video and he didn't want to be on the spotlight anymore. Where did Baba go? Search for Baba challenge now. But no, seriously, Baba has spent $2 million. I think it's absolutely insane. It's not something that I could comprehend into my head, into my financial status. But it's amazing that he's able to do that, right? It's an amazing thing for a player to see, to have that insane passion for Rise of Kingdoms, to have able to spend $2 million, and not just the spending itself, the amount of time, the amount of effort to keep fighting, keep warring, and investing into specific commanders in here, and just being able to spend a lot of time really in Rise of Kingdoms is just absolutely insane. You know, being in that status, he's got to be busy as well, right? I mean, he's probably running the business as well, busy going around, and still manage the time to spend time here in the game and chat with his fans. He's got a lot of fans. So there's that, guys. We just kind of want to highlight how much Baba TC Ataturk have spent into the Rise of Kingdoms game. Truly an amazing game. I still see a lot of potentials for Rise of Kingdoms, and it will still definitely grow within the years. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video about Baba TC Ataturk, consider subscribing if you want to see more, and smash that like, and I will see you again next time.